Welcome to Toffee Blue View, your source for all things Everton. I'm Gerry, rocking a cough drop. Here's Edward, here's Max. The gang is here. All right? So, enormously huge match between two bottom-dwelling squads coming up this Wednesday. We got West Ham. All right? Yeah. So, guys, right now West Ham are 18th in the table. Their previous game to this one, they drew 1-1 with Leicester. Yeah, I mean, they're stabilizing a little bit. I wouldn't say they're flying. I wouldn't say they're hugely improved since their new manager, whom we might see as being familiar, took over. Yeah, but so from what I can tell, expected lineup for them, Joe Hart's in goal, which is great for
Battle
us.
of the number one keeper.
Yeah. So what is it? He can't dive left. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I mean, he's like Zoolander.
Who can keep a clean sheet till the latest amount of time?
Yeah.
So it's either going to be 1 minute or 5 minutes.
I didn't realize how like Zoolander it is. Joe Hart can't turn left. I'm not an ambi-turner. So Joe Hart, Ogbonna, Reed are the center backs. Cresswell, Zabaleta, Lanzini, Obayang, Kuyate, Carroll, Masuaku, and either Arnautovic or Ayu. Okay? It'll probably run like a 4-2-3-1. All right? Predicted 11. Let's get into this and let's talk about how this is going to go. Probably Unsworth's last match in charge is what it looks like. Who wants to start?
Go on, I'll give it a crack. Because we're facing quite a few injuries at the back. I've gone for Pickford, Kenny, Holgate, Jags, and Martina at the back. Benengimi and Gay, Vlasic and Lookman, and Rooney and Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
All right.
I just felt the need to just kind of shake it up a little bit, just try and produce something new.
All right. Edward, you want to go next or you want me to?
Pickford, Kenny, Martina, Williams, Jagielka, Holgate. So it's going to be 3 at the back.
Why not?
That's if Holgate's fit. If not, then I think he will go to 4 at the back. Gay, Sigurdsson.
Oh yeah, Sigurdsson. Yeah, I'd probably take. I don't know. I'm going to be harsh now, and even though I'm flying his flag, I'll take Lookman out and put Sigurdsson in instead.
Lookman, Vlasic, and Calvert-Lewin up top.
All right. So
5-2-3.
I'm thinking Unsworth is going to revert back to previous form, where I think his first couple of games he started in a 4-3-3. The first half to try to be in the game going into the second half. So I think he might do the same thing. So I'm going to say Pickford, Kenny, Jags, Williams, Martina, just because I think that's what he's going to go with. If Holgate's healthy, that does change things, but I just think that's what's available if he wants 4 at the back. Gay and Baningimi in the middle, and Davies. I think he might bring Davies back for that 3, that middle 3 across that he likes to do. And then the 3 up top, although it's like the least pacey thing in the world, I think he might go Sigurdsson, DCL, and Rooney. This is not what I want. I just want to make that clear. It's what I think I could see him doing. Yeah. I do think Vlasic has looked pretty solid when he's come in, and I could easily see Vlasic getting in there the way you guys have him.
That's probably it. No, I'm just going from what I want, really, because to be honest, again, I don't even know if he'll get in the squad because that just seems to be a weird scenario. presented itself that he struggles to make it into the squad that David Unsworth chooses at times. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think just at home against West Ham, it was really struggling. I just don't know why we don't go for pace and we don't go for two up front.
I mean, it's not like the fullbacks are that quick either. Zabaleta's aged, and Reed and Ogbonna aren't that quick either. So that is a perfect opportunity.
If this isn't a game where we have more of the ball, more passes, more shots, then I'll be disappointed again, even more than I am now.
Imagine Big Sam actually gets this job. It'll be like a West Ham Everton fixture, but the other way around. Because David Moyes.
I know. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The most anti-football match in the history of football.
Yeah, I initially in my squad I had Sandro in there because I didn't.
Why didn't he start against Southampton?
Well, he didn't come in either. He didn't start and he didn't come in. He stayed on the bench. Well, I think a big part of that, though, was because we had 2 forced defensive substitutions. So he wasn't able to really make any positive substitutions, really. He made 1.
I don't know. I'm thinking about Sandro, but I've included Rooney and Calvert-Lewin up front just because, in terms of Rooney, I think Rooney needs to... He's been brought in, yes. People say, big market and stunt, the only reason he's come here is just, see out his career and whatever. But Rooney needs to start taking a bit more responsibility on his shoulders. And, we've seen that he can produce the odd moments of quality. And the only reason I've put quite a bit of thought into choosing Calvert-Lewin to go up with him, because also he's forged a kind of a partnership with Rooney whenever they've played. Kind of, they seem to... I'm not going to say well, but they seem to know how
get along.
Yeah, you kind of know. Rooney knows where Calvert-Lewin runs, etc. And again, against West Ham, you're going to need a player there up front that can deal with the ball in the air. And what I like about Calvert-Lewin is when he jumps early, so he gets that advantage over his man. So I think if any balls come into the box or get launched up to him, then I think he's going to prove some good competition against the team that usually dominates in the air.
Plus, Rooney could take up the physical play from the likes of Reed, Ogbonna, Chiarte, who are probably going to be playing as well.
Yeah, and again, he can draw. He can, even if he doesn't hold them off, he can still draw fouls. So, yeah.
I mean, I look at this team we're playing. I look at West Ham, and they just have a lot more pace than we do.
Yeah, I think Lanzini.
I mean, they're offensive players. Compare their attackers to our D.
Yeah.
Yeah. But compare our attackers to their defenses. It's similar teams, if you think about it. It's similar teams. Both have pacey players who could potentially play.
If we play them.
Well, that's the thing. We've got pacey players that could potentially play, but we don't bloody play them.
Yeah.
And I think it's going back to playing when you're at home. You just gotta, you've got to go. You've got to go all out. So that's why I've got to say play 2 up front, and I've included Benengimi in there in the fact that he's not a completely defensive midfielder, and that what he does defensively, he does it well, and he tends to break up play and start a counter attack. So
one thing I do want to say, I think Gay needs to play more than Schneiderlin.
Yeah,
I've seen Gay has won the ball when he's pressed, and he's done a lot more than Schneiderlin. I think he's basically got 3 assists from what I can count, or nearly assists from a goal from Rooney against Arsenal. That was because he pressed and won the ball. Niassi's goal, he won the ball and got it to Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson could then pass, and nearly got another assist with Sigurdsson because he was pressing Southampton's defence, won the ball, and Sigurdsson just messed his shot up. Yeah. So Gay should really be playing because he does his defensive duties and he also presses for the ball.
Again, I feel sorry for Gay because he was probably last season he was probably my favourite player. And that is I don't just want to say work rate, because it's more than work rate. I think, because I do think the pressing that he does has some kind of
significance.
where he chases the ball through or where he wins the ball. Because as like you say, from winning the ball back within 10, 20 seconds, he's managing to get assists. So, yeah, I definitely agree. You need to play more than Schneiderlin.
Yeah. Oh, guys. Yeah, I totally have to agree with all that. I have zero arguments with any of that. I'm to the point now where I don't know if I don't want Schneiderlin on the bench, but I definitely don't want him starting. And the thing is, though, I don't even know right now if the way his head's working, I don't even know if a stint on the bench would get through to him. I almost feel like I don't know. I'm kind of really down on him and Morales right now. And Morales is a player that I've really.
I thought Morales actually tried against Southampton. He tried.
That's his style of play. I think. I mean, he's. I think he's quite an opportunistic player, in that he'll press and look for mistakes.
Yeah.
That just comes. I just think, along with that is the attitude. So, like, if he doesn't win the ball, he'll have a little. But I'm not.
He should have won a free kick for us, because it happened right in front of where I was.
I saw that.
He got fouled, and the player did not get the ball at all. In fact, the ref for that game was disgraceful.
Yeah.
Disgraceful.
I tend to avoid blaming referees because I don't see any
point.
I don't see
some of those.
Yeah, I do. I know what you mean. There were examples like where the ref, clearly should have blew and give us a free kick or whatever.
Did you know they didn't have a foul until the 56-minute mark or something? There were no fouls on Southampton.
No registered fouls, we should say.
Oh yeah, yeah. So that was one of the everybody knows we didn't lose because of the refs. We lost because we sucked. All right, that's the bottom line. However, it was a little bit frustrating to see our fouls being called and theirs not.
I mean, Palace. Right, the Palace fan actually made this very good point to me. Yeah, we committed 20 fouls, but that was 20 registered fouls. That doesn't mean they were actually fouls. It's just because the ref blew the whistle so much in that game.
Yeah, it was frustrating to watch,
yeah.
But it wasn't the determining factor. Yeah. So that's why I stopped caring about the ref when I saw that we didn't deserve to win that.
No, I don't see the point in blaming the referee at all.
Yeah.
No, I try not to.
Also, I think Rooney in the team helps in that sense. We tend to win a lot more free kicks and what have you when Rooney's in the team, because he always knows how to talk to referees. That's not to say that he's manipulating them or whatever, but for God's sake, he was Man United captain. He knows how to get into the ear of referees. So,
and as well, talking of Man United, guess which striker hasn't been banned because of he decided to kick someone in the nuts, and he hasn't been banned.
We know.
Yeah. You were going to catch a big rant off of me if we try to pursue this. Our viewers and listeners probably need to be very glad that we didn't record last Thursday or Friday, because one of my bigger sources of anger in my life right now was the Nias suspension and the reject of the appeal, and then what Lukaku's able to just give a backward kick to some dude's pills and he doesn't see anything. It's just awful.
Just a quick question, which I'm intrigued. But do you see that as inconsistency from the FA or preferential treatment?
I don't know. It's inconsistency. I think if you look at it from a professional view, it's inconsistency. But if you look at it from a fan's view, it is definitely favoritism.
So here's a question. I think it's.
I actually think that.
I actually think that it's preferential treatment that has led to inconsistency, because look at I think if we were a club that was in the bottom three or one of the top clubs and our result mattered to anyone, then Nias doesn't get suspended there. If we actually they decide to make a point to call him out, to pull a Pokemon, I choose you. That's the thing. Like, they totally decided, Omar, you're the chosen one. We're gonna set a precedent here because nobody cares about you.
Why not do it like earlier in the season when there was clear penalties and that. Sterling.
But that's the
Bernardo
thing.
Silva,
Right now, we
Chelsea,
don't. Well, but that's
Alex.
those are teams that are affecting the race. We're not. Nobody cares about us right now, and so right now it's just Omar. You know, it's just us. That's the way they're thinking. It's inconsistent. It's preferential, and I told you guys I will erupt on this because it sucks.
You've technically just done a heart and head answer. You've answered with both answers. I've taught you well.
No, but I do agree with what you said. No, I agree with what you said, Gerry. Preferential treatment has led to inconsistency.
Yeah.
And it's one of them. You've gone so far down the road that you can't turn back. So it's the Man United thing. He's a Man United centre forward. He's a big reason why people tune in and watch the games, probably. So,
And they're like, we can't have him banned. We need the money.
We'll put it past them.
I want to know what's going to happen when an even bigger player, a player that's, let's say Gabriel Jesus, he goes down in the box. He's blowing up right now, and it's clear. I want to know what happens then. I want to know what happens when Harry Kane simulates in the box.
Sanchez and Burnley the other day. Did you see it? With Tarkowski, the way he almost goes down too easily.
Was it Sanchez?
Yeah.
Sanchez went down very easily, and Akai in the Swansea game. But hey, nothing's happened there.
Yeah.
And that was a big decision in the Swansea game.
I just took it on the chin. I accepted it. I don't. It is what it is.
You never know. Maybe become a better player.
Nias is developed to be it's turned out that he's a very important player for us at this time being.
Yeah.
So it does look like we need him back and quick, but
and unfortunately we can't have him onto West Ham.
Yeah, but as I say, I feel like Calvert-Lewin might do a good job against West Ham because he possesses qualities that could, outdo their back line.
Yeah.
Right now, Calvert-Lewin is not the most clinical player, but speaking as a player, a former player who, when he went up a level, had lots of trouble finishing the whole first season when I went up to that. It takes you a while to calm the hell down.
Exactly, and then that goes back to a point that I've made before. Young players have mistakes in the game, and with that comes time to adapting to the level of the player. And again, I feel it'd be so much easier to play try out all these young players in a system and a team that's successful and flying high, but we're not. So we're putting a lot of responsibility on these young players.
Yep.
One thing I will say, West Ham fan that I'm going to be doing the stuff with, he's not confident. He really isn't confident with the game.
Southampton fans weren't either.
No.
Were they?
It makes both of us.
Yeah, well.
Especially with Andy Carroll up front.
It'll be an interesting one.
Oh, God.
It will be interesting.
We're so shit in the air and the back, and what's he best at? Oh, my God.
That's like going against Peter Crouch.
Yeah.
It could be the Stoke game all over.
The one thing I want to see that we can do every single game. It's the one thing that I if we don't have it, I just want to see some fight. I want to see, being first to 50-50 balls sometimes. I want to see going hard into tackles. I just want to see some fight. That's all. You lose the game, you lose the game. It happens. Darn. But if it's an effort thing, that's what I can't tolerate.
That's what I was saying with the Southampton thing. If we wouldn't be as bothered travelling 6.5 hours if they put up a bit of passion or a bit of fight at the end.
Yeah. That's why the 11 that I chose was so, rotated and changed, because I just feel like, there's no 11 at the minute that you'd say, oh, that's the 11 that will do the job for us.
Yeah.
So that's why my 11's kind of so diverse, and that I've included the likes of Vlasic, and Ngini.
All right, so guys, anything else on West Ham? Are we all dreading it? Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Dreading watching Everton play at the moment. We're just not in it at all.
At least I don't have to travel for ages. I'm happy. It's just a home game. You never know. I'm actually working off over that being a home game. Our next 2 games are home games.
Yeah. Yeah, but I just want the fans to. I want us to give the fans a reason to kind of yell for the team and for them to feed off each other. You know, you need that. All right. So, anyway, I guess that is it for our West Ham segment. Let me do that again. That is it for our West Ham preview. If you're digging the videos, please subscribe. Yeah, just a kind thing to do. Like the videos, add some analysis. Tell us what you think is going to happen against West Ham. All right? Will we get completely dominated, or do you think we're actually going to bring it? We'll see. All right? Also, check out Edward's channel, Jam E. James. Details are down below. Check out Max's writing, all right, on the Toffee Blues website. Also, check out the Toffee Blues on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. Yeah, I think that's all. I think that's everything. All right, the plug Olympics is over. Guys, thanks so much for being here, despite all of us needing sad naps. Yeah. So let's go do this and get ready for Wednesday. Woo! All right? All right. Thanks so much, and bye.